All right, so Q3 was our best quarter in history. We achieved the record production deliveries, record revenue, record net income, both GAAP and non-GAAP, and record free cash flow of $1.4 billion. This is really due to the amazing execution by the Tesla team. I could not be more proud to work with such a great group of people. We do expect to start delivering cars from those factories next year, but because of the exponential nature of the spool up of a manufacturing plant, especially one with new technology, it will start off very slow at first, and then become the output will become very large. Just in general, manufacturing follows the S curve, and and I think sometimes people that haven't spent a lot of time manufacturing kind of think that once you have a factory, you can just sort of turn it on and it's at capacity. But it will typically take about 12 to 18 months to reach capacity.
On net income, we achieved our fifth sequential quarter of profitability, our best net income, and nearly double-digit operating margins. Two things that are important to note to set context for Q3 profitability. First, the regulatory credits business was stronger than our expectations, and we are tracking to more than double this year compared to last. Second, as a result in the rise of the market cap of the company, the second and third tranche of the CEO grant vested during the quarter. Additionally, we have begun expensing one more tranche, resulting in roughly $300 million of combined period expense. I think it's reasonable to view the quarter excluding both these items to get a true sense of the health of the core business. On automotive gross margin, excluding regulatory credits, it increased materially from 18.7% to 23.7%, with some of our programs achieving greater than 25% gross margin.
Q3 was a strong quarter for the energy business, and we're poised for continued strong growth in energy storage and solar. Megapack is going to be a large growth segment for the business, and deployments will continue to expand rapidly as the product reaches full capacity. We have more demand than supply through 2021, and we continue to ramp the product to match unprecedented demand across the globe through 2023 and beyond. Our order book is rapidly filling up through 2023 in the multiple gigawatt hour scale.
Every big new plant is a startup, and sometimes, frankly, we have to learn the lesson a few times before it sinks in. Even things like service and sales are startups. Other car companies, OEMs, they don't own their sales and service, so we have to create our service network. We have to create our sales and delivery network. We have to do this in 40 countries, multiple languages. Something that people don't really even know much about is our internal applications team that writes the core technology that runs the company. We are not dependent on enterprise software. Like, for those who understand what this means, this is a very big deal. And my hat is off to the great work of the internal applications team. They write the nervous system, the operating system of the company, the Tesla operating system. Extremely fundamental. Obviously, insurance is substantial. So insurance could very well be 30-40% of the value of the car business, frankly. And as we talked about before, with a much better feedback loop, instead of it being statistical, it can be specific. Now, obviously, somebody does not have to choose our insurance, but I think a lot of people will. It's going to cost less and be better, so why wouldn't you? And the whole autonomy thing is a startup. The computer chip designing our own computer chips was a startup. Obviously, cells are a startup. Designing and making our own power electronics for the drive units, designing, manufacturing our own motors, chargers. The supercharger network is a startup. The thing I think that people just don't really understand about Tesla is that it's a whole chain of startups. And they're like, well, you didn't do that before. Yeah, but we're doing it now.
Would you want to use it in your cars near term? Would that tech significantly help Tesla in the training of your neural network for FSD?
I mean, totally free, probably not. We'll be able to do some Cybertruck deliveries towards the end of next year. Yeah.
Price basis, and you're going to increase capacity in Shanghai, open Berlin. You say today you would open Austin as well, so you're probably going to end the year above 1 million units. And so, am I right thinking next year we should expect you to deliver like somewhere like between 840,000 and 1 million cars during the year?
I mean, it's in that vicinity. Yeah, you're not far off.